Hello, this is your buddy Michael Proctor in Group One, and I just wanted to make this video and we can go over a small WireShark adventure that I asked Gemini to create for me. Let's see if we can do that. And what if somebody recognizes their face here and their face there? What I did was I recorded the lab so I could go over it, but I didn't actually go over it. I just did the PCAP. I'm sorry, the WireShark exercises on my own. But I need to delete these not personally, but I need to delete these files so I can have more space on my hard drive. And let's see. So let's see, a computer with WireShark installed. Let's see if WireShark is installed on my computer. WireShark is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable or batch file. Well, you know what? WireShark is installed on my computer. Here. And we're going to come back to this in just a second. So we have our interfaces, and we're going to add some events to it so we can capture some packets. So a computer with WireShark installed, internet access. Let's see, do we have internet access? Let me go to Chrome. And Chrome. Okay, so we're good to go with that. Joe Flacco traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Carlos Sanders hopes of playing for Buccaneers may be soon be dashed. Oh God. Okay. Well, thank God their father is rich. They don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about working. Let's see. So we have a computer with WireShark installed, internet access, a scannable website. For this assignment can be used deliberately, designed to test website for a publicly accessible website that you are permitted to interact with for educational purposes. Let's do this again. Well, what I was looking for is the permission. It's a document asking for permission to. Oh, here it is. Permission to scan a network. Um, I don't want to read this whole thing out, but let's go through this. I believe Whitney and Vanessa had brought this up about gaining access to someone's computer to scan. And okay, while I cannot create a legally binding document, this is what AI is telling me. Here is a template for a letter of authorization for website security scanning. Keep in mind that this is a sample and should be reviewed and adapted by legal counsel for your specific situation and jurisdiction. I did this last week, so it's a letter of authorization for website security assessment. To who it may concern, this letter serves to formally authorize your company, Acme Incorporated, located at 123 Main Street, hereafter referred to as the assessor, to conduct a security assessment of a website owned and operated by Acme, located at Oregon Street, Main Street, thereafter referred to as the organization, with the website address blah blah blah.com. Okay, and you can always print this out. You can always have a copy of this printed out with the with AI doing this for you. And down here is the signature and your company's name, assessor, and the name of the representative, so on and so forth. This is a very serious issue, so you have to be careful when you scan these websites. And they do have some websites that are scannable. Let's X that out and close current tab. Okay. So we've done A, B, and C, a scannable website, and ensure you have permission to interact with any website you choose to scan. Avoid scanning websites without explicit permission. Capturing initial traffic and identifying TCP/IP information. Let's get our TCP/IP addressed. And ladies and gentlemen, whoever is listening to this, I really appreciate you listening to this. Last night, the reason I'm making this video, make a little fun video on WireShark. Tony had asked me about forensics, and I gave him a tiny short answer, but I felt bad because we have a lot of smart people in our group. Group 1 and the other groups included also. Now, I will tell you a little bit about myself and forensics as much as I can remember. Okay, so we're on a Wi-Fi network. I could have used the Ethernet, but we'll use the Wi-Fi because it's going to catch the most traffic. And let me see. And I'm getting 192.168.1.152 as my IP address, IP version 4. The default gateway, may have to refer back to that. There's also 192.168, pardon me. 1-1 is our default gateway. And we'll see if we're internet active. Let's ping Google. And everyone remembers what Google. Either you can do it by the full name or you can do it by their IP address, which is 8.8.8.8. And sorry, ping 8.8.8.8. Good. Okay. You know what? Let's just minimize that for a second in case we come back to that. Okay. What are we doing here? We're going to capture initial traffic by identifying TCP/IP information, which we did, right? Start WireShark. Start WireShark. Launch WireShark application on your computer. So, we're going to choose the Ethernet. We're going to choose the wireless adapter. And that matches my IP address of 192.168.1.152. Double click on that. And let's stir up some more traffic here. Caitlin Talk. Department of Education reveals 96% of student loan repayment applications remain unprocessed. These 4 Linux commands show you the path of an executable file. Want to display the path of an executable file? Well, not today. I replaced my VPN with my own VPS, and it works perfectly with some added benefits. New Jersey transit strike. Okay. And let's click on that, find out if anybody lives in the New York, New Jersey area. New Jersey transit negotiations. Okay. I'm just processing some traffic here. Yeah. That. Done that. Oh, 18,000 packets. Oh. Let's stop our packet tracing and stop capturing packets, and we've closed that. And I'm sorry, folks. So let's see. Let me go back. In 1997, 1996, I got out of the military, out of the Air Force with an honorable discharge, and I applied for the FBI, and I swore in May. This is my anniversary. May 11th, 1997, and I worked 2.5 years as a police officer, as an FBI police officer. And then after that, I applied to the computer department, and from the year 2000 to 2000 to 2008. Yeah. I worked at the help desk. We did Active Directory, and a lot of you are a lot younger. Before there was Microsoft Word, we had something called Word Perfect. So we had to train our employees and make sure that they were good. And then we moved into the Microsoft Office suite. During that time, let's see, I suffered through 9/11 and a couple other incidents that happened at that moment. And let's see, in 2009, probably 2008, I'm sorry, I applied to the computer forensics department. And within there, like here, we're capturing live data. And there we captured, what would happen is, if we found the suspect that we had a search warrant on, we would the agents would go to their house, and they would take the computer people, which are the forensics department, not the help desk people. So they would take the computer forensics people, and we would go into their home. And after the house was cleared and made sure that we were safe, we would go in, and what we would do, we would take a digital copy, hard drive for hard drive at that time. At that time, we had the big, SATA hard drives, and we would put it to a machine, and the machine would copy a clone of the original computer's image, and it would copy it bit by bit. And you remember we were talking about integrity and CIA, integrity, CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and offer. Oh my God, confidentiality, integrity, and there's something else I can't remember it. I'll remember it later. So the integrity part, when the machine had copied the hard drive, it would print out an MD5 hash, which is an alphanumeric representation of the source and destination storage devices, proving that bit by bit, because the information is made up of ones and zeros. So bit by bit, everything was correct as it should be. So we would put back the original hard drive into the person's computer. We would, what else would we do? We would take the duplicate hard drive, and we would bring it back to the laboratory. From there, we would put it into our own machine, and load it, and load the image. Either it would come out as a DD image, or there was another type of image, but this image would have an exact copy of the machine that we cloned, and then it would be loaded up to the server, and then from there we would use forensic analysis tools. One of the main tools that we had to get certified in was FTK, Forensic Toolkit, and there was another one, I can't remember it, but it was a minor one. Now here in our class, we have to be certified in Security Plus. Over there, you had to be certified in A Plus and Network Plus, because what would happen is there would be time for you to, if it was a real big case, you would have to testify in court, and the prosecutor would ask you, what certifications, Mr. Smith, do you have? And A plus means that you have a rudimentary knowledge of computers from top to bottom, and Network Plus, you have the networking side of the house. Those are all the certifications that they asked for. They had other classes you could go to, which were digital photography, getting images off of the digital cameras. The digital cameras had just came out at that time, so they would be put to a machine also. And there were times where I did many cases. I'm sorry. I did do child exploitation cases, because the society that we have here today, there is a lot of abuse going on. but also I don't want to scare you. I did white collar cases, pharmaceutical cases, so on and so forth. So I did various cases. Once once the image was processed, we would have it on a terminal where either the agent would come in, the arresting agent would come into our lab, and he would look at these images and document which images was pertinent, and what else? And then from there we would make a report. We'd make an HTML report with the findings, and the agent would then take these findings in a CD to the district attorney, and the hard drives itself and the CDs that had burnt into the HTML reports were put on a chain of custody. And chain of custody is very important when you're handling evidence. Some of you will go into law enforcement, some of you will go into government, and when you do these types of cases, you'll have to work with a chain of custody. That, if you look at the chain of custody, we had major cases here in America that was lost because the chain of custody was not guarded well. The signature was missing, or the evidence was given in too late, so on and so forth. Let's see. What else can I tell you? That's about it. Processing these reports, and we would have to write a forensic report. Just like I noticed, we'll probably Tony will guide us into writing these digital reports. Also, our steps A through Z will have to be documented. But you write a report, and you document your findings. Let's see. Let's do something here while I'm talking about my former job. And I mentioned last night a Control F for find, and Control G. I'm sorry, Control G will take us to the packet. So we do hit Control and G. It'll take us to the packet that we want to go to, and I'll put in packet 1 and go to packet, and that will make our lives easier. Now you notice if you look at your time document, I already changed my time by right-clicking on the column. I'm sorry, I apologize. View, time, and display format, and I process it as time and day of year, so it's more readable when you're reading out certain things. And let's see. What was I saying before? Yeah, so the chain of custody, you write out a report, and the report is mainly for you, and these reports are filed away. And in case you're called into court, these cases are reignited again, so you can refer to them in court, and the prosecuting and the attorneys can look at these reports also. You know what? So what I'm gonna do is I want to make sure everyone has the correct information. I'll go over another one of these again. This is a lot. I guess I must have been talking for a good 20 minutes. Yeah, 24 minutes. So right now I'm not gonna go over this, but because everyone knows this. So anyway, if you have any questions, it's a good job. Please don't be afraid. The only thing is, when you go into the FBI, you have to have a clean record. I realized today that people can smoke these marijuana cigarettes and this, that, and the other. But you're talking about the FBI, and they only take the top 1% of the 1%. I was very grateful to get in there. And let's see, and you have to have a clean record. What's going to happen is every year they'll go through your finances and they'll look at. You'll submit a document on your investments. What else? Your investments, your banking, your checkings and savings, and you have to have. In most cases, you cannot work a second job. It's only special needs and special cases that they allow you to do that, and they do tuition reimbursement. So if you while you're in school, and you're going to grad school, or you're getting your grad degree. I don't know about undergrad, but if you're getting your grad degree, they will help pay for a good percentage of that while you're working, but you will owe them extra time. You may they'll pay they'll pay like 20,000 or 15,000. You'll owe them probably around 5 years. So and they do have a very good thrift. The thrift savings is like a 401k. I was very fortunate. I was able to retire at the age of 57. This August will make 3 years I retired from the FBI. And they have many other jobs in there. Like I said, they have the computer jobs. They do have a cyber lab. They have the forensics lab also. So there are many things you can do in there, and I did not mean to scare you. I did do I did do those types of cases, but there's many other cases that you can do. Okay, so I'm sorry for taking up your time. I hope you listened to this video, and everyone have a good weekend and good luck with this WireShark business. Take care.